What's cracking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Erasure, going back to their 1989 album Wild once more. Getting into the latter part of the album. There are 11 tracks overall, we're up to the 8th track. So yeah, I've enjoyed this album. It's weird, like, because I've been listening to like 5 Erasure albums all at the same time, I'm getting a sense of sort of the longer evolution of their sound. But it is true that, like, over time, especially, like, you know, not when I'm filming videos, but when I'm, you know, just like, oh, I'm going to listen to some Erasure, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to listen to this track. Oh, wait, that's not on that. That's on The Innocents, or that's on Wonderland. So, in a way, I'm kind of jumbling it a little bit in my head, but bottom line, I've been enjoying all of their albums. So, even if I'm trying to think, like, if one of them stands out head and shoulders above the other, there's good songs, like, on each one that I've really, really enjoyed. So, once again, shout out to Vince and Andy. We're up to the tune Brother and Sister. As a title, obviously, you know, it relates most directly or most literally to familial relations, in particular, like sibling relations, which, you know, specifically brother and sister, I suppose it's a different dynamic than two brothers or two sisters, and often, you know, there could be sort of like a rivalry, or at least, like, you know, we're on separate sides of the street in the same family. So perhaps, you know, it could relate to, say, Andy or, you know, Vince's, like, family, like, literally, or it could be, you know, two people who spent a lot of time together, you know, growing up, whether or not they're directly related, and therefore, you know, the kinship was like family, but then perhaps, you know, it could relate to the passage of time and sort of the evolution or maybe erosion of a relationship. I suppose there are classical stories, you know, going back to ancient times in which, you know, I suppose not in an Oedipal sense, but there are, you know, stories of, you know, emperors wanting to make their sisters their empress. So, yeah, it could have sort of a funny angle like that, but I imagine it is more about the nature of a connection, whether or not we're literally talking brother and sister. So, not sure if any of that will be relevant, but let's get to it. This is Erasure, Brother and Sister, from the 1989 album, Wild. Rocket. Things called baseline. Things called baseline. Oh, that's the electricity. I feel chorus around the corner with this. The Boy in the Garden? Oh. A lot we depend on, a lot we can do. Send love to mother, I'll be good to you. This is great. I love his delivery, that electronic chirp flourish. Forget about it. Kind of large melody. The atmosphere. Dramatic vocal theater. Oh, that little bleep, like, game over noise. Forget about it. Up in the clouds, the electronic clouds. Sonically is brilliant. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on, but Send love to mother. So mother's not.
Keep us together, keep us in line. A lot we depend on, a lot we can do. Send love to mother, I'll be equal to you. We're going round, the boy in the garden of life. Brother and sister, father and mine.
Yo, instant favorite.
A lot we depend on, a lot we can do. Send love to mother, equal to you.
That is a rich sonic palette. His vocals, the atmosphere, the electric quirk, the layering of his voice. I mean, that's just unbelievable. Again, I have a sense that we are perhaps talking literally about family. And again, maybe it seems the mother isn't present. Father's keeping them in line. That could be viewed more positively or negatively. My inclination is maybe more toward the latter. Send love to mother. There's some interesting themes at play. I do have to listen to it again, but sonically, that is one of my favorite. I mean, that's brilliant. And again, as I was suggesting toward the end, I wouldn't be surprised if that was on chorus. Like, that had vivacious, electric, and energetic enough sonics that it feels, again, and this is something that I'm appreciating more and more, it feels a long way away from Wonderland does that tune right there. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. I loved it. Do let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.